Okay, so here are the preferred ruins that I take. I like to go Phase Rush and the Nimbus Cloak, Transcendence, and since he's late game champ, I like to go Gathering Storm. If you decide to go mid lane and want to roam a lot, Water Walking is also going to be pretty good. And you can also go Celerity. I would not try to do anything other than this pick, other than what I just said. Magical footwear, it just gives you bonus movement speed. That's why I go it. Plus, I don't have to spend an extra 300, so I get 300 gold for free, which is okay. Cosmic Insight. Lillia is really focused on cooldown, so with this build I get 15% cooldown plus with another 10%, so late game I'm gonna have a free 25% cooldown. If you don't like that, you can go attack speed or adaptive force, but I like to go cooldowns. Another type of build you can do is the Dark Harvest. This is only if you're very comfortable with Lillia. I'd definitely go Taste of Blood, the Eyeball Collection, into Relentless Hunter. And then for the second, I would definitely go Sorcery into Transcendence and Gathering Storm, and I would keep this the same. Okay guys, so today we're going to be learning Lillia, and so far, even though it says that she's a hard skill gap champ, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be not that hard to master her. Her kits, she really doesn't have any like outplay, so she can't really outplay if she's behind, but her kit's actually pretty good on doing damage and staying on top of opponents. So she can snowball easily, but then again, if she's behind, just like any character that can snowball easily, like Darius, if you're behind, is going to be very hard to get back up. So in my opinion, yes, she's very good as a jungler. Top lane, I feel like she can get countered by a lot of bruisers, so it's not really good. I mean, if you go up against a Camille, this could be a good champ for you. Mid lane, I think she can thrive against a lot of melee champions that don't have a lot of mobility. Zed would be an okay matchup, but you know, she does scale with scale armor as if she's a bruiser, but like stuff like Talon, she could easily beat. A lot of like other non-really mobility that can just easily get away from you. So LeBlanc's not really good, but you really play this champ as if it's a melee champion, even though it has a longer range than most melee champions. So okay, with her, so you want to take QWE, and that's also how you want to upgrade them. Her Q is kind of like Darius's Q. It's an AoE. It just hits everything around her, and that's going to be her main ability because it's also going to go very good with her passive and her ult. So her ult is basically a Zoe bubble. So if I hit someone, you got that little mark right there on top, and what is it called? It's called a Dream Dust. So it's basically a stack, but there's only one stack. So whenever that's above somebody, when I hit them with ability, I can press R and it puts them to sleep, and when I do damage to them, it does a bunch more damage. So yeah, it does that for extra damage. I kind of wish you would have got a little bit of mobility, like a dash or something, but it's okay, because then again, you're gonna have this amazing, you're gonna see a lot of funny montages of people just doing these long range E's. So as you can tell, and from this range, since I hit it, I can alt, and I'll show you. So you're watching it, it's rolling, and then I can alt, and it goes to sleep right there. So this can help any lane. You can pretty much do this in every single lane. Oh, ooh, that was a miss. Oh, never mind. Yep. It's global until it runs into an object or it runs into a minion. So say if they're planning on diving bot and you're not near, so you're just trying to make your way bot, you could probably just get that lucky E right there and whoever the engager is, and you can just ult them. Okay, in lane, you can either go Phase Rush or Dark Harvest, depending on how you want to play it. If you just want to one-shot people, that's fine. If you just want to stay on people and roam, I would highly suggest Phase Rush. So that's why I suggest it in the jungle. But yeah, as you see, her abilities are very, very easy. The one thing about her W is that it's another AoE, so her Q and E really help with clearing waves, so you can probably split push a little bit with her, but then again, she's probably the champion that you just want to roam a lot and just pick off people the whole game, kind of like a Talon. Keep your leads, and then when you come in team fights, you're going to be very, very useful when you just hit a Q and then you just ult. So where her W does AoE, right there in the middle is probably going to be the hardest thing to hit, even though her E is kind of a little bit difficult. It does triple the amount of damage. So you see, it basically looked like I pulled a crit, but if I don't hit it, it's not going to do that much damage. As you can see, I did 130 right there, but before it was like 400 damage. In the jungle, her clear is actually pretty easy. You can do a leashless clear if you want, but you'll probably be best off if you do a leashless clear just to do 3 camps. So red into raptors into blue, and then you can also do wolves, but you might want to hold off on doing gromp. Or you can just do gromp instead of wolves, just so you have enough health to do a gank or fight for that scuttle. But if not, I wouldn't doubt that there's going to be someone that's going to make a full clear tutorial, which I probably will try to practice just by going red into Krugs into raptors and then going into my blue side. You can also do a blue side clear, which is okay, you get more CDR, but you'll probably just end up just going blue into wolves into raptors into red, and that'll be it. Okay, so here is the crazy part of her build. You can go a lot of things, you can mix it up. I definitely wouldn't go straight into just full AP. I would get at least one defensive item, even if it's just a Banshees, if you still want to go full AP, if they're a heavy AP team. Just going Zhonya's isn't enough if you decide to go Zhonya's. But Runic Echoes, easily, you can go Merc Treads, or basically any type of boots you want with this champion. Even sorceries would actually be okay if they're a very, very squishy team. Leandri's is really good. It's going to help you a lot with your clear and also help with a lot of tanky champions because she kind of destroys tanks. She has a lot of true damage and percentage health damage in her kit. You can go Morello's if you need it, but Deadman's Plate is also really good. It's just going to give you a bunch of more movement speed. It's going to give you a really, really big health bonus. It's also going to give you some armor, so it's going to give you a lot of armor. And I actually like Deadman's Plate with her over Zhonya's, even though everybody likes the fact that I can just press Zhonya's and it would probably save my life, but in low elos, Zhonya's isn't really a good item. Because as soon as you use Zhonya's, your teammates are going to back off and not know what to do. If they're still super tanky, you can go Void Staff. In the jungle, I would not really suggest Rabadons unless you end up getting super fed against a squishy team that has like not that many tanks. But you can go that or Rally's Crystal, which is also really, really good. basically they have it all set up for you. All the good stuff she can have. But I really wouldn't go Spirit Visage. I would rather have Banshees. He doesn't have that much healing in her kit. Now, in lane, truthfully, you can touch on a bunch of things. You can even go Rod of Ages, but truthfully, you would definitely want to start Ludens, and you can go after that and then Magi's, and maybe hopefully get the full Magi stacks, depending on what you need. Rally's Crystal Scepter would also be a very good second item if you're going against like any AD assassins in the mid lane. Seeker's Arm Guard would actually be a really good buy, and then build Zhonya's, only because this is going to help you out in lane, and Zhonya is going to help you out just a little bit in those crucial team fights. And plus for the CDR. But depending on what you do, Rod of Ages is really good. You definitely don't want to forget Rabadon's in your build. If Dark Seal doesn't work out, you can just end up just selling it and end up just getting either Leandre's if you need extra damage in that late game, or build a Rod of Ages, but that would be much earlier in the game. And for boots, as I said earlier, you can go Merc Treads. I wouldn't go Lucidity, to be honest, unless you don't have the cooldown runes. But mid lane, Sorcerer Shoes actually be really good, or just going Ninja Tabbies. You could go Boots of Mobility if you plan on roaming a lot. If you already decided, hey, I'm not going to be able to kill my laner. So if you're laning up against a Galio or something like that, you can go Boots of Mobility.